Have you noticed how many people are suddenly out of work? They blame offshoring. They blame too many H-1B visas and foreigners stealing their jobs. They blame AI. Or they just quietly admit they've gotten older and somehow invisible. And when they try to get back in, they show up waving the flag of their past achievements 10, 15, 20 years ago, as if anyone gives a damn. This is my biggest pet peeve with resumes. Most people over 40 fill them with ancient victories. That time they built a division in 2005. That award in 2010. Nobody cares. Just like Hemingway once said about bankruptcy, it happens gradually, then suddenly. The same is true of careers. Your relevance doesn't disappear in a single day. It trickles out slowly. Then one morning you wake up and the phone doesn't ring anymore. And it's not the market. It's not bad luck. It's you. Hey guys, I'm Tatiana Voloshin. For the past 25 years, I've been a Wall Street recruiter and a career coach, working with some of the brightest and sometimes the scariest people in the world. These days, I coach not just careers, but the whole package: your brain, your body, your sanity. And you're listening to the Unidelic's Culture Clinic, where we steal career lessons from books and movies, usually the ones with spectacular crashes. Today's speak is one of my all-time favorites. It's pure classic, and nothing matches a classic like autumn, the most classic season of all. Fall is endings. It's change. It's whether you adopt or die. And that's exactly what we're talking about today. So let me tell you about this film. It was nominated for 11 Oscars. It won 3. It got nods in every acting category, which almost never happens. It's on every greatest movies of all time list you can find. The Library of Congress has it locked away as part of America's official memory. And critics call it not just one of the best Hollywood movies, but the truest Hollywood movie. It's dark, it's sarcastic, it's meta before meta was even a word. It stars actors who once were stars, now playing grotesque versions of themselves. Can you guess it yet?
Nothing else. Just us. And the cameras. And those wonderful people out there in the dark. All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Did you recognize that voice? That closing line, that chilling moment comes from one of the cinema's greatest tragedies. Or is it a farce? They were not even sure back in 1950 when the film came out. After an early screening, MGM boss Louis B. Mayer exploded at the director. "You have disgraced the industry that made and fed you. You should be tarred and feathered and run out of Hollywood." And the director looked at him and issued the best retort in the history of Hollywood: "Go shit in your head." The director's name was Billy Wilder. The movie, as you've already guessed, is Sunset Boulevard. Magnificent, dark, sarcastic, almost pathetic. A film of cracked faces, deranged illusions, and absolute intelligence in every scene. The script is one of the most subtle ever written. It weaves real Hollywood into its own nightmare. Directors, actors, gossip columnists playing themselves, but ridiculous, hollowed-out versions. It's a movie about movies where reality and fiction blur so perfectly you cannot tell which one is more absurd. So the story is told by a dead man. Literally, the dude is floating face down in a swimming pool. His name is Joe Gillis, a struggling screenwriter who cannot sell a script and cannot pay his car note. Repo guys are on his tail, so he swerves into the driveway of a crumbling Hollywood mansion. He hides the car, tries to catch his breath, and the butler lets him in. Inside, he meets the lady of the house. Sunglasses on, leopard print turban, grand entrance. She thinks He's come to build a coffin for her dead pet chimp. Yep, chimp. Lying under a blanket like it's about to have a state funeral. That's when Joe recognizes her.
You're Norma Desmond. Used to be in silent pictures. Used to be big.
I am big. It's the pictures that got small.
Norma hates on everyone, including the intruder, but upon learning that he's a screenwriter, she gets interested. You see, she has a comeback plan. A script she wrote about Salome. And in case you skipped Sunday school, let me remind you, Salome was a girl who danced for the head of John the Baptist, a teenage girl. Norma Desmond, meanwhile, is 50, which in Hollywood years is basically Jurassic. Not mentioning that the script is appallingly trite. But Joe, ever the hustler, offers to polish her masterpiece. Norma loves the idea, but only if he moves in. And that's how he goes from broke screenwriter to live-in boy toy. New wardrobe, champagne dinners, indulging sugar mama. It's not exactly the writer's guild dream, but hey, repo men aren't knocking anymore. Now, Joe doesn't completely give up on writing, even while living off Norma's money and leopard print melodrama. He sneaks out at night to work on a real script with Betty Schaffer, a young story editor who actually has talent, and yes, he falls for her. Meanwhile, Norma ships her Salome script off to Paramount. Soon the phone rings. A studio assistant is calling. But Norma refuses to take the call. She'll accept no less than Cecil B. DeMille himself. Thank you very much. So she marches into the studio, and suddenly the old-timers recognize her. They treat her like a queen returning from exile. It's all hugs and spotlights until DeMille gently sidesteps her. He doesn't want her script, but he also doesn't want to crush the poor woman's delusion. And the tragic joke is the studio wasn't calling about her script at all. They just wanted to rent her ridiculous vintage car. And Max, her butler, ex-husband, and full-time enabler, hides the truth. He even writes her fake fan letters to keep her floating in denial. As Joe says in voiceover, she's still waving to a parade that has long since passed her by. By now, Joe despises himself. He could run away with Betty, who actually loves him, but he can't. He thinks he doesn't deserve her. And Norma threatens to expose his dirty secret, that he's her kept man. Joe finally has enough. He throws the truth in her face. Paramount didn't want Salome, they wanted the car. Max has been writing all those fan letters. Then Joe starts packing for Ohio, ready to disappear. And Norma snaps. "No one ever leaves a star," she hisses. "That's what makes one a star." Then she pulls the trigger. Joe tumbles into the pool, exactly where the movie began. Norma drifts further into her fantasy. The police arrive, the press arrives, the cameras arrive, and she believes it's her big comeback. Max the butler, ever the director, calls action as she descends the staircase like a queen of the dead. She even thanks her imaginary audience. Nothing else.
You see, this is my life. It always will be. There's nothing else.
Sunset Boulevard isn't just a movie, it's a trance. You let the images wash over you, these selfish, broken, fabulous characters, and suddenly you're right there, sitting in the dark, watching silent reels with Gloria Swanson as she plots her big return to the screen. Few films are this dreamlike, this operatic. Frankly, without Sunset Boulevard, we wouldn't get Twin Peaks, we wouldn't get David Lynch. Our horror movies would look very, very different. Because at its core, this film is about floating, literally in a pool with the dead William Holden, but also in that strange Hollywood limbo between fantasy and reality. And once you're in, it's so hard to climb out. But we don't watch movies just for the mood here. We watch them for the guidance too. Because Hollywood drama is essentially career coaching in drag. And Norma Desmond's meltdown has some very real, very practical lessons for anyone who's ever dusted off an old resume or wondered why the phone stopped ringing. Let's talk about those. Lesson 1. Stop selling ancient glory. Nobody cares that you once closed $1 million deal in 2009. That belongs in a footnote, like where you went to college. Nice to know, but not why anyone hires you. What matters is the last 3 to 5 years. That's it. If your resume reads like a history museum, recruiters will assume you're already retired. You don't want to be Norma Desmond saying, "I'm big, it's the industry that got small." You want to be the person with a fresh project in 2023 that proves you're still relevant. Lesson 2. Don't rent your spine. Joe Gillis thought he was clever. Free clothes, champagne, a mansion. But the minute he signed up as Norma's boy toy, he stopped writing anything worth reading. Same goes for careers. Those comfort gigs that look safe, they quietly kill your credibility. You can take a survival job, sure, but don't sell your future with it. Keep something alive on the side that shows growth. Learn AI tools, publish something, consult, build a project. That's what keeps you employable, not the shiny title on your business card. Do people still have those, by the way? Been a while since I saw a business card, for real. Lesson 3. Surround yourself with brutal truth. Norma had Max, who wrote her fake letters just to keep her happy. That's not loyalty. That's sabotage. Now, let's look at your career. If everyone around you only says you're amazing, you're in trouble. You need at least one person who tells you the hard stuff. A mentor, a coach, a colleague who isn't afraid to say, "Hey, your stories sound dated." If 3 interviewers tell you the same thing, don't shrug. Update your language. Drop that story back when you coded in the Visual Basic. It's 2025. Nobody is impressed. Lesson 4. Relevance is built daily. Norma thought her Salome script would restore her throne, but it was just paper gathering dust. At work, you don't get one miracle project that carries you forever. You have to show proof every year. Something fresh, measurable, visible. A certification, a case study, a project people can actually point to. Don't tell me you managed a 200 million P&L back in 2012. Tell me you shaved 3 million off expenses last year with AI forecasting. That's the kind of story that lands. Norma Desmond was not irrelevant because she lacked talent. She was irrelevant because the world changed and she refused to face it. That's the real danger. And that's the trap I don't want you falling into. I am Tatiana Voloshin, Wall Street recruiter turned career coach, working with the brightest, toughest people in the world. And here's the truth. Your career is your movie. There are no reruns, no lost reels, no fan letters to save you. You only get the close-ups you create. So here's what you do. Update your story, keep building proof, stop hiding behind old wins. That's how you stay relevant, and that's how you not just survive, but thrive. And if this hit you, then do the simple thing. Like this podcast, share it, and spread it around. Because the more people stop living in the past, the better we all get. Now, go get your close-up.